Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Tuesday. We got 17 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop at it. A huge slate today, a couple doubleheaders. Starting with the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Yankees plus 125 with the over-under at 9.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 71-72. Boston 73-70. Pitching for the Yankees is Randy Vasquez with an ERA of 2.36. Pitching for the Red Sox is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 4.54. Vasquez, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pivetta, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Yankees coming off a Brewers win. Boston coming off a Baltimore win. Yankees playing well on the road, 6-1 on the road. They are 0-7 against Boston. They haven't been able to beat the Red Sox here. Vasquez has been very good on the mound, only giving up 2 runs in his last 3. I think they're a good underdog today. I think they could definitely steal one of these, at least one of these games in the doubleheader. And I'm going to take Yankees plus 1.5 on the road in game 1. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox for game 2. Red Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Yankees plus 115 with the over-under at 9.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 71-72. Boston 73-70. Pitching for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 6.0. Pitching for the Red Sox is Cutter Crawford with an ERA of 4.36. Rodon, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Crawford, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Yankees, I think I'm going to double down on the Yankees here for the doubleheader, and I'm going to take Yankees plus 1.5 in both games. Next matchup, we got another doubleheader between the Kansas City Royals and the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Royals plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 44-100. The White Sox 55-88. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 5.34. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 5.04. Singer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Cease, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs. Giving up like over 4+ runs a game here, which is pretty rough. Definitely the worst matchups on the slate, this doubleheader here. If I were to pick, I'm not going to take a side for this series. I think I'm going to take a shot with the over. I just don't trust either pitcher. It's an ugly matchup. So we'll take a shot with the over in this matchup because I just don't want to be on any side here. Then the second matchup of the doubleheader, Royals and White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Royals plus 115 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 44-100. The White Sox 55-88. Pitching for the Royals is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 6.13. Pitching for the White Sox is Touki Toussaint with an ERA of 4.71. Lyles, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Toussaint, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. I think I'm going to double down with the over in this matchup for both game 1 and game 2. I just don't love a side here because both teams horrible. I'll just take a shot with the over in both matchups. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 190. Cardinals plus 165 with the over-under at 10. Cardinals coming into this matchup 63 and 81. The Orioles 91 and 52. Pitching for the Cardinals is Adam Wainwright with an ERA of 8.19. Pitching for the Orioles is John Means with an ERA of 0. Wainwright, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. It looks like Means is going to be getting his first start of the season here. St. Louis coming off a Baltimore loss yesterday, 11-5. Nice win for Baltimore, who's playing very well. St. Louis just 1-5 against Baltimore, so they struggle head-to-head. And Wainwright has given up 13 runs on his last 3 starts here. Not in love with that. And I'm going to take the Orioles at home. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites at -145. Washington plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Washington coming into this matchup 65 and 79. The Pirates 66 and 78. Pitching for Washington is Joan Adon with an ERA of 5.56. Pitching for the Pirates is Bailey Falter with an ERA of 4.65. Adon, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Falter, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Washington beating Pittsburgh yesterday 6-2. Big underdog win for Washington with Corwin on the mound, who's been horrible. So that was a big win for them. I don't know. I thought Pirates would look good in that first game, but Washington getting underdog value. I'll take a shot with the Nationals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Braves opening up as road favorites at -120. Phillies plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 94 and 50. The Phillies 79 and 65. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 2.70. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 3.44. Fried, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Atlanta losing to the Phillies yesterday, 5-7. They did have a doubleheader. Philly Braves did win the first matchup 10-8 and then lost 5-7 there. They are 4-1 against Philly, 7-2 on the road where they're playing well. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up, under around 2 runs a game or so. So I think we're both the better team here, and I'm going to take the Braves on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Detroit Tigers. Reds opening up as road favorites at -115. The Tigers plus 105 with the over-under at 9. Reds coming into this matchup 74 and 71. Tigers 66 and 77. Pitching for the Reds is Brandon Williamson with an ERA of 4.20. Pitching for the Tigers is Joey Wentz with an ERA of 6.65. Williamson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Wentz, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run, had 0 strikeouts. The Reds coming off a St. Louis win. Detroit coming off back-to-back White Sox wins here. I don't know here. This is a tough one. Williamson, giving up about 3-4 runs a game, so he hasn't been that great. Joey Wentz, it's a tough one here. I think I would take a shot with Detroit plus 1.5 at home in this matchup. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Rangers opening up as road favorites at -115. Toronto plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 79 and 64. The Blue Jays 80 and 64. Pitching for the Rangers is Max Scherzer with an ERA of 3.91. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Hyun Jin-Ryu with an ERA of 2.65. Scherzer, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Jin-Ryu, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rangers on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a big Toronto win yesterday, 10-4, a nice underdog win for them. A pretty good pitching battle here. You got Scherzer and Jin-Ryu. Scherzer coming off that 7-run game. Jin-Ryu been very solid, only giving up about 2 runs here. I think I would take a shot with the Blue Jays plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites. We're looking at more of a pick'em scenario here. Both teams minus 110 with the over-under at 9.5. Arizona coming into this matchup 76 and 69. The Mets 65 and 78. Pitching for Arizona is Riley Nelson with an ERA of 5.30. Pitching for the Mets is Jose Butto with an ERA of 3.86. Nelson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Butto, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Arizona coming off a Mets win yesterday, 4-3. Nice underdog win for them. They are just 2-12 on the road against the Mets, 4-16 against the Mets here. They haven't been able to beat the Mets. Beat them yesterday though, and Nelson coming off a 1-run game, but back-to-back 6-run games prior. Been pretty brutal. Butto coming off, only giving up about 2 runs a game here, so he hasn't been that bad. In a pick'em scenario, I think I'm going to take the Mets at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 165. The Marlins plus 150 with the over-under at 8. Marlins coming into this matchup 74 and 70. The Brewers 80 and 63. Pitching for the Marlins is JT Charwa with an ERA of 3.63. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 3.89. Charwa, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Miami losing to Milwaukee yesterday, 12-0. A disappointing game for the Marlins yesterday here. I like Freddie Peralta, and after what I saw yesterday, I'm going to take the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Rays plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 89 and 56. The Twins 75 and 69. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Littell with an ERA of 4.29. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 4.21. Littell, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Rays on a 4-game winning streak, beating Minnesota yesterday 7-4. Nice win for the Rays. 5-0 against Minnesota here, and getting good underdog value. And I'm gonna take the Rays plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 300. Oakland plus 250 with the over-under at 8.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 45 and 99. The Astros 82 and 63. Pitching for Oakland is JP Sears with an ERA of 4.45. Pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 3.23. Sears, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Verlander, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Oakland beating Houston yesterday 4-0. Huge underdog win for Oakland. A disappointing game for Houston. And yeah, like Verlander on the mound here. And I think they're going to bounce back big today. And I'm going to take the Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Colorado Rockies. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -175. The Rockies +150 with the over-under at 12. Cubs coming into this matchup 78-67. The Rockies 51-92. Pitching for the Cubs is Javier Assad with an ERA of 2.83. Pitching for the Rockies is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 7.36. Assad, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Flexen, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Cubs beating Rockies yesterday 5-4. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Rockies on a 5-game losing streak right now. 1-7 at home here. Yeah, Flexen coming off some bad starts on the mound. Hasn't been that great. And I'm going to take the Cubs on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -200. The Angels +175 with the over-under at 8. Angels coming into this matchup 68-77. The Mariners 79-65. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 4.51. Pitching for the Mariners is Brian Wu with an ERA of 4.50. Sandoval, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Wu, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Angels on a 3-game winning streak, beating Seattle yesterday 8-5. Nice underdog win for the Angels there, who, Seattle are on a 4-game losing streak right now. Haven't been playing well. Wu coming off a 5-run game. Both pitchers coming off 4 or 5-run games here. I still like Seattle. I just don't trust the Angels to go back-to-back here. Even though they're on a 3-game winning streak, I still don't trust them. I'm going to take Seattle at home. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -160. The Guardians +140 with the over-under at 8.5. Guardians coming into this matchup 68-77. The Giants 74-70. Pitching for the Guardians is Cal Quantrill with an ERA of 5.70. Pitching for the Giants is Sean Manaea with an ERA of 5. Quantrill, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Manaea, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Cleveland on a 3-game losing streak, losing to the Giants yesterday. Giants on that 4-game winning streak, playing well. Cleveland 1-9 on the road against the Giants. They have not been able to win in San Francisco here, and I think I'm going to take the Giants at home. In the last matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -160. The Padres +130 with the over-under at 9.5. Padres coming into this matchup 68-77. The Dodgers 87-56. Pitching for the Padres is Michael Wacha with an ERA of 2.99. Pitching for the Dodgers is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.09. Wacha, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Lynn, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Padres coming off a Dodgers win yesterday, 11-8. A big win for the Padres here, who are pretty bad against the Dodgers. 2-8 against LA, 4-16 on the road against the Dodgers here. Lynn been very brutal on the mound, giving up 8 and 7 runs in his last 2 starts on the mound here. And yeah, I don't like that at all here. And I'm going to take the Padres +1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.